I went back and looked at the history of Cleopatra. It seems that Cleopatra had another child with Julius Caesar. They had a child. We all know they had Caesarion. So he would have been 4 years old when Caesar was murdered. This comes from Cicero, I think it is. Yeah, Cicero. He's talking about Cleopatra here, and he says, I am grieved to hear of Tertia's loss of an expected child. So Tertia had obviously had a miscarriage. But I should be glad of such a loss in the case of Queen Cleopatra and that expected heir of the breed of Caesar. This is in 44 BC. Now that's interesting because Cicero is saying that Cleopatra was pregnant when Caesar was murdered. But what happened to that child? Cicero goes on to say that the crisis has passed and there was no heir. So what happened to that child? We don't know. There is no information. It's likely, I think, that the child turned out to be a girl. Because Cicero was worried because what he didn't want is a scion or an heir of Caesar who was an Egyptian. He didn't want an Egyptian king ruling Rome. And that's what this child could have done. It could have grown up to have been a new emperor, but an Egyptian emperor through Cleopatra. But then Cicero is happy because the crisis passed. Why did the crisis pass? Well, you've only got two choices. Either Cleopatra had a miscarriage as well, which is possible, but nobody mentions it, or the child was a girl, and a woman could not become the emperor of Rome. It just was forbidden. And so I think this extra child, the unknown child of Cleopatra, was a girl. And that's why Cicero was happy. She could not become the emperor, and that's why she disappeared from history, because Cleopatra didn't want to know about her because she was a real disappointment. What she wanted was a son.